Well, we're on our way back. We decided to stay overnight in Columbus. I was not in good humor earlier on and actually contemplated canceling the hotel and just driving right back to Northfield. But Amy and the kids are here, and we do want to spend time together, and it is nice to get in the pool with Ava and Ollie, Ava and Addie, and relax. So, you know, you have to put aside the bad day you're having and realize, what the rest of the day holds. Now, we still have a couple of horses left to race, but overall, a horrible day at the stable. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to sound, greedy. We won a sire stake event. The filly looked incredible. The other fillies struggled really bad. Three very different issues with the three fillies. I'm really, really getting frustrated with Smoking Hot Irish Girl. This filly never tied up, never did a thing all winter. Now she's tied up twice, and had residual tie up in between. She's not hot, she's not stringy, she's not crazy. So I said to Jason, listen, she's not your typical tie-up horse. Most of the horses that tie up, right? Horse, oh, that's a tie-up horse. So, that horse ties up a lot. They're all hot, wiry. Maybe they don't eat as good. Maybe their diets aren't great. This filly's not like that. She doesn't fit that mold. She eats good. She behaves good. She's not hot. She can get a little wiry, but she's a 2-year-old filly. She's not what I would consider a hot horse, and certainly does not fit into your typical tie-up mold. So I told Jason we're just going to have to stop what we're doing with this filly. Completely stop what we're doing with this filly and get her blood down and get it perfect before we start her back up again. Clearly, one thing's for certain. She's not a filly that's going to race through it. She's not a filly that's going to have a little AST. I've seen a Glare AM, as annoying as she can be. I've seen her win races with ASTs higher than this filly is. I guess it's the constitution, what they're made of, what's inside them. And I've seen horses that I consider good horses race quite poorly with less of a level than Swinging Senorita. Why is this thing being so loud? Quite frankly, just very, very disappointed today with both of those fillies. Very, very disappointed. Both of them looked horrible. In fact, to the point where I almost snapped at Jason coming off. It's not Jason's fault. I almost snapped at Jason coming off the track because, procrastinator, the guy went a big half in front of him. You could see the track. Typical scioto, was just tiring everyone out. Even in the pace, the guy went a big half, sucked all the life out of procrastinator. He had no jam on the end of it. Should have. Right in his wheelhouse. That speed, the horse should have won in second. Wasn't. We had Smoking Hot Irish Girl. We kicked the day off with probably one of the poorest trotting miles I've ever seen in my life for a horse that stayed on gate in a stake race. Quite a while since I saw a horse race as bad as Whispering Song. Scoped a little bad. She's going to come back with residual tie-up, same as the other filly. We just, for whatever reason, it's been a struggle. So I had said to Jason, these two particular fillies, strip them down, get their blood proper. Do not train them a fast mile or put them into go until they're right again. This can't happen. Today can't happen with those two fillies. And it's frustrating. But I am not going to let the calendar dictate racing them. And that's exactly what I did. Oh, we have 11 days. We'll be fine. They weren't fine. Their blood was adequate. I don't think there was any reason... it almost got me again. You're right. I don't think there's any reason... I'm not going to go home and stay up tonight late because we chose to race them. Their blood wasn't bad enough to say, well, we should have scratched. Not really. But now that I saw the performances from both of them with their blood in that shape, it won't be that way again. Just disappointed, I guess is the only way to put it. I'm not even angry. I'm not going to be angry at myself. I'm not going to be angry at Jason. Their bloods weren't that bad, but they raced horrendous. And I feel bad for the horses too. These aren't bad horses. These aren't horses that I would say, oh, he's got a bad attitude. No, they don't. I can feel them trying. They're trying to do all they can. They just can't function. So it's simple. They won't race again until their blood is perfect. That's it. End of story. And if that's in 2 weeks or a month, then that's when it'll be. Those two fillies are better than that. I stuck my neck out twice for Whispering Song. Both times she raced bad. She tried not to. We just have to get them right. So Whispering Song was bad. Smoking Out Irish Girl was bad. Turn the page. I know exactly why they were bad. Now we have to fix it. Not only do we have to fix it, but we have to change the regimen so it doesn't happen again. And I think that's every bit as important as the here and now and what's going to take place over the next week, is to put them on a regimen of, whether we change the diet of their feed, whether we put them on daily supplements that will help them. Everything has to change with those two fillies right now. That's that. So enough dwelling on that. Race procrastinator. I know what happened. He got the life sucked out of him, just the way he is. And I talked to one of my partners on the horse, Mo, this week, and Mo was upset because it costs a lot to ship down here to Scioto. They race for more than twice as much than he'll race for. No, twice as much than he raced for in maybe a little less in the Meadows, but softer field. We need to make sure we race him where he can win. And we were coming down here, and I really could give him a bye and give him a pass when it came to the start at Northfield. First over in 54 with procrastinator is not going to end well. It just is not going to end well, and it didn't. So I had to give him a pass in that one. Today, yes, he got the life sucked out of him, but again, he has to put forth a better effort also. I didn't even have to go. I went up and turned my phone on in the office, and I looked. I knew Bomb Hugger raced bad before I even pulled it up. I just knew. The day we were having, I knew there was no way she raced good. All that was there was a message from Mark Beckwith. Filly finished terribly, scoped her. Her gluteal approaches are full, 4 out of 5. Now, I know what that looks like, because if you guys go back about May, the training sessions if you want, go back and look at Swinging Senorita train in April and May. She looks disastrous. She looks tired. She doesn't look like she can do her work. She just looks terrible. That is what 4 out of 5 gluteal approaches full looks like. They can't, I don't know whether they overheat or what it is, they're just terrible. So Mark said, we'll clean her up and get her back in. I said, hold the phone. Her race is until like the 15th. There's no rush to get her back in. Just make sure she's 110% next time she races. I don't really want to put bad chart lines on this filly. And that was a bad chart line. But having said that, it's better than the two that I put on the fillies here. So all we had left was Swinging Senorita. At this point, I'm beat down. When you're having a bad day like that, what happens is you go on the track trying to tell yourself what not to do wrong rather than what to do right. And I was joking with Aaron Merriman under the TV. He said, man, your filly was good. And he's like, what's wrong? I'm saying, she would have to win 3 times today to make up for, what happened the rest of the day. It's just been a terrible day. He goes, we've all had those. I said, usually when you have a day like that, everything goes wrong. There's no points of light in the day when you say, I had 7 drives and a horse in race 3 raced good, but the rest of them are terrible. Usually they're all terrible. It takes a good horse to break that streak. One of our clients, God bless her, Marcia, says to me, she goes, that was a great drive. That was a terrible drive. You're telling yourself behind the gate, don't touch the gate with her. Don't put her right up into position. Don't charge the gate with her. Don't rev her up. She might make a break in the first turn. I'm watching I don't want the 2 and the 3 ahead of me. I said, I'll let Aaron go and remove. Here comes the 6 from the outside. Mitch Cushing. I said, that thing doesn't show very much. It's a long shot. Ronnie Wren's the horse to beat. He rolls up alongside me. Now, I don't want Ronnie Wren to make front. At least I had enough of a clearing in my head at that moment to say, I would rather let Ronnie Wren in front of him, trap him or follow him, than let him roll to the front and roll the dice with him on the front end. That's what I would rather do. And you're shaking. I'm sure a goalie that's just let in 4 goals in a period feels the same way. You feel beaten. So I let him in. I let him in the 3-hole coming to the 3/8 pole. I'm listening behind me. I know Chris Page is still there somewhere. I'm waiting to see the TV to see who's coming. I look over, I see Page inching to the outside. I don't want to get underway early because I don't know how good, even the long shot, these are 2-year-old fillies. I don't know how good that horse is on the front end. But she's good. I can tell by the time we get to the second turn, Swinging Senorita, she's looking for a fight. Thank God. This one feels good. Because that's the other thing. Who knows? At this point, there's even that voice in my head saying, there might be a bug in the barn. Maybe they're all sick. Didn't get to see them race last night. The races were canceled. Maybe they're all sick. I wheeled her to the outside, and I knew 2 steps to the outside she was a winner. The one on the front, you're not good enough to beat me. I don't know how good that one is on my bumper, but that one isn't good enough. And I just let her take her time. She's so smart, too. It's almost like she knew. Just take her time, and I let her just kind of rev up. And then it's almost like she could see Mitchell Cushing picking at his horse. And all of a sudden, in one breath, she went from ready to go to drop the hammer, wide open. And she cleared him in 2 steps. 2 steps. And what I love about this filly, and I always have, it wasn't 2 steps and then she's green and she's waiting. It's 2 steps and absolute merciless charge after that. There's no waiting. She knows, right? And good horses always know. She knows. She takes off and she drives away. She got her ears up halfway down the lane. She went under the wire, wrapped up, earplugs in her ears, and she was awesome. And as great as that was, I still had a scowl on my face pulling up. We're a big group. We race a lot of horses. I know that Horn Player still has to race. Somebody said, Marco sends me a message, says, hey, why don't we put Todd McCarthy? She's not ready for Todd McCarthy. I want Jody on her so I can call Jody and tell him exactly what to do with the filly. I don't want Todd McCarthy on the filly. Not that Todd McCarthy is one of the hottest drivers in the universe right now. She's just maybe not ready for Todd McCarthy yet. And I know I can talk to Jody about her. Massive Profits racing right now. Can only hope for the best. You know what? We're going to do the best we can. Every day. And that's what I'd said to Deb and Marcia and all our clients, Marvin, when I was leaving. You know what? Good day or bad day, there's always tomorrow. We get a bunch in tomorrow. We get a bunch in Saturday. We're going to keep swinging. We're going to do the best we can. We're going to have days where the horses aren't good. And I feel bad for my partners and for those 2 fillies today. But you know what? They're going to get a chance. Next time they race, they'll be 110%. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Good luck to everybody with the Horn Player group. Who's watching, who's so close. The Massive Profit group. And everybody tomorrow night. She was good. Swinging Senorita was great. But overall, pretty frustrating day. Take care.